In other news today, just about every presidential visit involves Air Force One landing on a runway and a motorcade driving the president along freeways, highways, and streets. It just so happens that those are all things Joe Biden wants to fix, and he's looking for support in Wisconsin.
Getting it done, though, means spending more than $1 billion. Our Brady Mallory shows us what the president had to say about this, about his infrastructure deal when he visited La Crosse today. Brady.
Right. Well, as soon as the president landed in Wisconsin, he immediately turned his attention to infrastructure. And he toured the Metro Transit utility facility in La Crosse, and he started talking with the voters. Well, his plan has a big price tag, but he says the country will see a return on investment. Well, Biden's infrastructure package includes $109 billion for roads, bridges, and other major projects. It could help fix approximately 1,000 structurally deficient bridges in Wisconsin, and that's according to a 2020 report. He says the goal is to make them safer for the people to drive on them and to create millions of new jobs to fix them.
This deal will put American workers to work in good-paying jobs, not minimum wage jobs, not $15 an hour jobs, prevailing wage jobs, good-paying jobs, repairing our roads and our bridges.
Biden says his plan also focuses on eliminating PFAS from lakes and rivers and boosting America's power grid. And coming up at 5, we'll have a closer look at his visit, and I will show you why he says he needs both Democrats and Republicans to make this all work.
We'll see you at 5.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Brady.
Reaching that infrastructure deal means getting at least some Republicans on board. That could be a challenge. The GOP national spokesperson told us today if the president seeks to pair this deal with other spending plans, he'll have a tough time.
He continues to send mixed messages, confusing messages to the people of Wisconsin, let alone the members of Congress. And so the real question is, does Chuck Schumer agree with him? The real question is, does Nancy Pelosi agree with him? Are they going to adhere to this alleged one bill and he'll sign it?
The GOP says Biden can't spend us out of a pandemic and needs to focus on getting people back to work, including putting an end to the $300 a week federal unemployment benefit.
At the state capitol, the assembly will debate the budget late into tonight. Republicans are poised to pass their version of the bill, sending it next to the Senate. Democrats say the plan doesn't set aside nearly enough new money for education, while Republicans have made major income tax cuts the centerpiece instead.
A judge has denied the release for a man convicted of shooting and killing a woman on the interstate. Zachary Hayes was committed to Mendota Mental Health Institute for 40 years. He randomly shot an Illinois woman in Sauk County in 2016 as she was heading home from the Dells with her family. Hayes says he believed the FBI was trying to get him at the time. Hayes was seeking a conditional release, but following a report from a doctor, a judge denied his request.
Well, it's not just during rush hour anymore that the Beltline is packed, especially at night. Our Amanda Quintana has more on why we're seeing more congestion.
If you've been on the Beltline lately, you might have noticed that it's a bit of a mess, and construction could be to blame, but the Dane County Sheriff's Office says it's also something else.
We're also seeing higher traffic volume right now, being that people are going back to work and the pandemic's winding down.
In terms of cars on the Beltline, Deputy Evan Tillison says we're starting to see pre-COVID numbers. Monona police, who also patrol the Beltline, saying we're seeing more crashes and speeding in general this year. Tillison thinks many people were able to speed with fewer cars on the road during the pandemic and are continuing to do so even in construction zones. With work being done to build flex lanes, each Beltline lane is a foot narrower too, which makes you feel closer to the cars next to you. At night, when the Beltline goes down to just one lane, that's when it's really slow to get through, but you should probably get used to that because we still have a few more months left of this project. Amanda Quintana, News 3 Now.
Well, the search for the missing at the site of a building collapse in Surfside, California is now in its 6th day. 11 people are confirmed dead, but at least 150 are still missing. Meanwhile, details are emerging about potential structural damage at the condo complex. Philip Zine and his wife Nora are staying in their 5th floor condo at the Champlain Towers north side, constructed by the same developer that built the building that collapsed.
I mean, if that building can fall down, your building can fall down. So that obviously where it stirred emotions. But again, I'm not jumping to conclusions. I'm not getting scared. I'm not running away. I want to see what happened and whether our building is safe. And if it's safe, we're staying.
Zine said some residents of the North Tower are worried enough to leave, but many have remained. They say they're confident their almost 40-year-old building is better maintained and doesn't have the same problems with cracking in the pool area that a 2018 engineering report shows the South Tower had. As concerns rise over the rapid spread of the Delta variant of the coronavirus, at least one area is bucking CDC recommendations.
Natalie Brand reports from Washington.
Los Angeles County is now strongly recommending people wear masks indoors in public, even if they are fully vaccinated.
It is a bit confusing because the CDC says one thing, and then LA's come out with new guidelines, which I had not heard about.
While not a mandate, the recommendation comes as health officials warn the highly contagious Delta variant is on the rise in the county and nationwide. The CDC estimates the Delta variant now accounts for about 20% of all new cases.
We have two Americas, those vaccinated and those not.
CBS News medical contributor Dr. David Agus says the LA County recommendation is reasonable because not everyone is vaccinated.
2 shots of Moderna or Pfizer provide good but not perfect protection against the Delta variant. That is about 88 to 90% protection.
Drug maker Moderna just announced a study showing its vaccine produced an antibody response against all variants, including Delta. In Arkansas, where only around 1/3 of the population has been fully vaccinated, one hospital reopened its designated COVID-19 unit to handle the skyrocketing number of cases.
We have seen a 300% increase in the numbers of patients hospitalized here, so a 3-fold increase over the last 3 to 4 weeks.
Health officials say most current patients nationwide are unvaccinated and younger in age. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
And the CDC says 66% of the population 12 and over have received at least 1 dose of the vaccine. Stocks ended in record territory again after positive consumer confidence data. The Dow Industrials gained 9 points, closing at 34,292. The Nasdaq added 27. The S&P 500 was up 1, both setting record high closes.
Well, Pride Month ends on the calendar tomorrow, but the work toward progress is far from over. Monona's new police chief is reminded of that daily. Brian Cheney Austin was sworn in on the first day of Pride Month. He says being the first black and openly gay chief is progress, but there are still many challenges ahead.
Recognize that this is not mission accomplished. Right? I recognize the great amount of work that lies ahead, but this isn't a step in the right direction. And it's not just because the city of Monona hired an openly gay black officer. I think it's the mindset that that I take on, and wanting to provide good, high-level quality of service for all in our community.
Tonight at 6, we'll get to know Brian Cheney Austin on a more personal level. He goes over the triumphs and challenges of being a black and openly gay police chief.
And we'll be right back with a weather update. Stay with us.
This isn't your typical runaway bride scene. It's a Nissan sales van ad.
Hurry in for a low $219 per month lease on the 2021 Rogue.
Attention homeowners, we're looking for 50 homeowners to participate in our home evaluation program. Here's what we want to do. We want to take those old energy wasting windows out and install the Eco Sky windows only from Mad City Windows. Now listen to this, you'll get special savings. Zip code and location are important. We'll put a good neighbor sign in your yard, curb appeal counts. You'll take advantage of special savings only offered by Mad City Windows. We're Wisconsin's #1 remodeler, and now would be a great time to call for a limited time to be one of 50 homeowners to get these special savings direct from the manufacturer. Free installation on a house full of new windows. You got to be compensated for your time. 18 months, no payments, no interest, and if you call now, $50 Amazon gift card with your estimate. Zip code and location are very important. Call 608-338-1616. Let me give you that number again, 608-338-1616, Mad City.
The body you are randomly assigned at birth shouldn't determine how well you are cared for or how hard we work to find answers, partners, and hope. We make medicine, not just for some, but for everyone.
He's here! He's here!
What can I get you, young man?
Free installation!
Coming right up.
Feldco's biggest sale of the year. Free installation, plus no interest for 1 year.
Free installation on window siding and doors ends Wednesday. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
This isn't your typical runaway bride scene. It's a Nissan sales event ad.
Hurry in for 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Looking at just rain showers passing through areas, again, north of I-90, seeing some stronger showers and thunderstorms. We look to the western edge of Crawford County, where earlier today we had the flash flood warning in effect just an hour ago under a tornado warning. Right now, no warnings in effect. Some heavy rainfall just outside of Boscobel right now. Some isolated heavier rainfall towards Prairie du Chien also, but I do have that lightning indicator turned on, and it doesn't look like we have any lightning with this heavier rain that is passing through. As we look through most of southern Wisconsin, a brief look at the backyard patio. So we look through most of southern Wisconsin right now, a very cloudy sky, some stronger showers and thunderstorms up towards La Crosse right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if some areas do see some light rain pop up over the next several hours, maybe some drizzle in spots, not quite enough to pick up on the radar. But aside from the warnings that we just had a little bit ago in Crawford County, this doesn't look like a widespread severe weather kind of day. We're not really concerned about anything else firing up, just looking at the chance for some more showers through the rest of this evening. Now, overnight skies will become partly cloudy. For tomorrow, plan on partly sunny skies. A very warm day, also a very humid day. That's going to fuel the slight chance for some isolated showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening. Again, I think most of the area will stay dry. Another one of those days where we have a few isolated places passing through, but in general, a dry trend for most of the area for Wednesday. And then copy that and paste it into Thursday. Thursday, we're also planning on a very warm afternoon, partly sunny skies, and the slight chance for an isolated shower or a thunderstorm. Looking at our extended temperature trend, it's becoming a little warmer outside. At our 6 to 10 day and our 8 to 14 day outlook, very likely we'll be trending above average with our temperatures. Warmer air really building in for us and jumping up to the mid to upper 80s at times. Tomorrow, though, in the low 80s, pretty close to average, pretty seasonable afternoon. It's going to be warm outside and still a little humid for us, with the slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon and evening. That slight chance will also carry with us into Thursday. Partly sunny skies for the next several days. Temperature-wise, staying pretty close to 80 degrees. So this time of year, we usually are about 81, 82, so fairly close to average for afternoon highs. Thankfully, we get to enjoy some sunshine for the 4th of July weekend. I know some areas have certainly seen plenty of rain, others not quite enough, so we'll have some rain rotating back in as we look ahead to next week, but still nice, at least for the weekend, when everyone's trying to be out and about and maybe grill out a little bit to enjoy a little drier weather. It's going to be hot outside, though, for Sunday. A lot of sunscreen, a lot of water certainly necessary as high temperatures climb to the upper 80s. That's where we'll stay for the start of your work week. And looking ahead to the middle and end of next week, high temperatures holding on to the mid to upper 80s, so still very warm and humid outside. Of that humidity helping to fuel the chance for showers and thunderstorms almost every afternoon. So we'll fall back into the speckled look on our radar of some showers and thunderstorms popping up for us.
All right, Dana, thank you. Take a breath. Still to come before scientists are becoming increasingly concerned about the Delta COVID variant.
UW Health, Dr. Jeff Potoff, here he is. We're not going to a break, are we?
Yes,
are we going to a break?
Yes,
okay, all right. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll have our conversation with Dr. Potoff when Live at 4 continues.
This is a Wisconsin farmer. She grows the locally sourced freshness, the freshness that complements the wild-caught salmon, the salmon that tees up the cheesecake that sweetens every moment. Festival Foods. We are Wisconsin.
At GHC, we want you to be safer at home.
We have more ways for you to get care anywhere, anytime, day or night. Be seen, be safe, be home. We will get through this together, and we will all get better together.
From first-time homeowners to empty nesters, all homeowners want to take pride in the appearance of their home. And one way to do that is by adding new Eco Sky windows from Mad City. And you're going to love the color selection from champagne to forest green. Remember, we offer our exclusive Sky Mirror technology. Here at Mad City Windows, we're going to put a great window in your home. Listen to this number, 114% more airtight than your average window. What are you waiting for? Call in now to take advantage of these special savings. Be one of 50 homeowners to get free installation on a house full of new windows. We're going to put a good neighbor sign into your curb appeal counts. Call today. We're going to compensate you for your time. 18 months, no payments, no interest financing. And if you call now, you get a $50 Amazon gift card with your in-home estimate only from Mad City. Call 608-338-1616. Let me give you that number again, 608-338-1616, Mad City.
Here at TSR, we turn old, cracked garage floors like this into beautiful, tough floors like this in just one day. Hi. I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and we design high-quality, beautiful floors that can stand up to the toughest of applications. Our coatings are easily able to withstand heavy traffic, drop tools, and they're ridiculously easy to clean. We are dedicated to superior customer service, which doesn't just stop after the installation. We also provide you with an exclusive warranty on all of our floor coatings that gives you the peace of mind knowing that your stunning new floor is protected for life. Visit the website or call the number below for your new floor today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
This is a Wisconsin brewmaster. He brews the local craft beer, the beer that washes down the Oktoberfest brat, the brat that pairs with the potato salad that befriends the burger that tastes like victory. Festival Foods. We are Wisconsin.
Well, the Delta variant continues to pose a threat to people who are unvaccinated.
A new study shows that the mRNA COVID vaccines, the Pfizer and Moderna ones, may produce longer immunity than expected.
UW Health's Chief Quality Officer, Dr. Jeff Potoff, is back with us to discuss the latest COVID developments. Welcome back.
Good to see you.
Good to be here.
So let's talk about COVID. California is recommending that people, even vaccinated, wear a mask indoors. What's going on?
Yeah, so they're a little bit worried about this Delta variant, and what we know about the Delta variant is it's more contagious, it causes a little bit more severe disease than normal COVID-19, and what I suspect is they have areas there that are relatively low as far as vaccination goes, and that could put those folks at risk for being a hotspot. And the question we don't know yet about Delta is if you're fully vaccinated and you get those real mild symptoms from Delta, could you maybe pass that on to unvaccinated people? But really those masks are to protect those folks who aren't vaccinated.
Oh, interesting. Well, what about this study that showed that the vaccines, the Pfizer vaccine and the Moderna vaccine, may last longer and extend your immunity?
Yeah, you know, this is an interesting study because they're looking at the immune response that you make to these mRNA vaccines, so Pfizer and Moderna, and what they're finding is the cells and how they react are doing what we would expect if they were going to give us longer lasting immunity. So there's this idea that maybe we won't need a booster at 1 year, maybe we won't need it at 2 years. But as with all things COVID, things change. So I'm not ready to bet the house on the fact that we don't need a booster. But the immunity we get from these vaccines is looking to be really good.
But what if you had the J&J vaccine? Then would you need a booster?
Yeah, that one hasn't been studied as well. So we don't know. If we just go based on technology, the technology used in the J&J vaccine usually wouldn't provide as long-lasting immunity as, say, an mRNA vaccine.
How would scientists determine if you needed a booster? They take somebody infected and look at what's going on?
Yeah, and they can also look at all these people that are in these trials right now, you know, the tens of thousands of people in trials, and they do blood draws on these individuals, and they say, hey, are the cells there at the quantity that we want to see, where we would assume that they would have immunity, and they'll trend these folks over time to see if those numbers decrease. Once they get to a certain level, they'll start to know that we need a booster.
Oh, that's interesting. Let's talk a little bit about the Delta variant that everyone is still very concerned about. It's causing some severe restrictions in other parts of the world, in Australia and Asia and parts of the UK, and this is a global pandemic. So do we have any reason to be concerned here in the States?
You know, I think we do, and I think what we'll see, though, is very regional areas of Delta variant hotspots, and these will be in regions where vaccinations are really low. So you might take a place like Dane County where vaccination rates are really high and it might not be such a big issue, but you go to Arkansas and you take a rural county where vaccination rates are very low, and it starts to become a big issue because now patients are getting sick, they're more sick, they could start causing problems for those local health systems down there. So not the big problem we had last fall, but certainly we could see hotspots as Delta becomes the dominant strain.
And the fall is a big question mark at this point.
I think it is. I think Delta will become more common as we get into fall. We'll see where we're at with vaccination this fall. And then we have all those kids who, as of right now, not eligible for a vaccine. If they go back to the classroom unmasked and Delta shows up with them, that could create some problems.
And I also read there's an increase in other respiratory diseases, especially among young people.
Yeah, we're seeing that here even locally. Starting about June 13th, 14th, we started to see a reemergence of these, viruses that we were familiar with before the pandemic. RSV, parainfluenza, regular cold, and now that people are hanging out together unmasked, these things are coming back.
It's always something, isn't it?
This is maybe above my pay grade and too complicated a question, but can you explain how these variants work? It seems like the longer they go on, the more efficient they become and the more contagious they get. So could we potentially have a variant that is impervious to our vaccines?
So that is the big concern, is do we develop a variant that is impervious? What happens is these viruses are under tremendous pressure. All these people are vaccinated. They're having a hard time spreading. So the viruses that actually succeed in spreading are those that have mutated almost serendipitously to avoid our immune systems, to be more contagious. So it's this natural selection on these viruses that make, the most fit virus become the dominant strain. And that's what we're seeing with COVID-19. That's what we see with viruses historically.
And the flu, are we still going to need a flu shot this fall?
Yeah, absolutely. So flu will come back this fall, and a good early indicator is we're seeing more of these other respiratory viruses right now. That's a good sign that we're going to see more influenza this fall when we hit influenza season.
But if you're vaccinated, enjoy the 4th of July weekend.
Absolutely. If you're vaccinated, life is good right now. Enjoy 4th of July.
You too. You as well. Doctor, thank you.
Dr. Putoff. Great to see you.
We'll see you next week.
Yep.
And we'll be right back with the final check of your forecast.
Here at Mad City Windows, we don't make decisions based on convenience. We do everything we're supposed to and a little bit more, like factory-trained installers. You're going to love our work. Listen to one of 50,000 satisfied customers like Joanne.
I have definitely sent pictures to friends, relatives, and they've all been, wow, that's fantastic.
Hey, give us a call here at Mad City Windows right now. Beat inflation, because you'll probably never see these prices again on new windows. Call in today to be one of 50 homeowners to get special savings like free installation on a house full of new windows. You got to be compensated for your time. 18 months, no payments, no interest financing. And if you call me right now, a $50 Amazon gift card with your estimate, zip code, and location are very important. Call 608-338-1616. Let me give you that number again, 608-338-1616, Mad City.
At Stanley Steamer, we love homes. It's why we started cleaning them over 70 years ago and why we still continue today. According to the CDC, cleaning is a necessary first step of any disinfection process. We use detergents and cleaning agents to ensure that your home is prepared for whatever life brings in. Whatever home means to you, we're ready when you are to make sure your space is clean and that you and the ones you care about most are safe.
Attic Angel Community has earned a reputation as the one and only. But what's so memorable to the people who live here?
It's good local heart. Interesting friends.
The view from my window.
Continuing education.
The food.
The amazing art studio.
Happy hour.
There are many reasons to love Attic Angel Community, but there's just one Attic Angel.
Time is running out to be one of 50 homeowners to participate in our home evaluation program. We want to take those old energy-wasting windows out and install the Eco Sky windows. Zip code and location are important. We'll put a good neighbor sign in your yard. Curb appeal counts. Call in now to get new windows in your home and take advantage of these special savings. Call now to beat inflation and get some of the lowest prices you'll see all year long on new energy-efficient windows from Mad City Windows. We're looking for 50 homeowners who need new windows. Look at the savings. Free installation on a house full of new windows. Call today to get 18 months, no payments, no interest financing as we compensate you for your time. Last chance in this program to call. Don't you miss out. You'll get a $50 Amazon gift card with your estimate. Remember, zip code and location are very important. Call 608-338-1616. Let me give you that number again, 608-338-1616, Mad City.
In today's Final Touch, Yabba Dabba News.
You may remember the dispute over a Flintstone-inspired home in suburban San Francisco. Well, the long-running lawsuit surrounding this funky California home known as Flintstone House has been settled. The homeowner became embroiled in a legal standoff with the town of Hillsborough, which considered the home's yard sculptures more eyesores than dinosaurs. The town declared the house a public nuisance. But now, under a new settlement, it seems the peculiar property, distinctly extinct yard art will in fact live on.
That would be something to see.
Just be glad it's not your neighbor.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty cool though. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.
Right now at 5, the road to a rebuild